Hello, and welcome to this series of instructional videos for MassAI. My name is Morten Rasmussen, and I'm the developer of MassAI. In this episode, we're going to set up a more complicated search than the previous one, and we're going to introduce the concept of crosslinking. Like in the previous video, I have MassAI on my desktop. I'll open up the file folder and launch MassAI by double-clicking the MassAI 64-bit icon. The MGF files that I'm going to search come from samples that have been fragmented with CID or HCD. So I click the button up here to import my files. They're on the desktop and there happens to be 1, 2, 3 files. I'll open it and we won't upload them right now. As you can see, it's basically the same sample. It's calreticulin sample, but they come from 3 different instruments: a Fusion, a Q-Exactive, and a Velos. Second, I'm going to define my search space. Last time we searched an entire proteome, but this time we know what we're searching against. We know we're dealing with calreticulin, so I'm just going to import the calreticulin sequence in the standard FASTA format. It's this one. I'm going to choose the proteases that we use for this particular one. We use the combination of trypsin and ASP-N. Now, in order to choose both, I hold down the Control key on my keyboard and click ASP-N. We will allow for, say, 2 miscleavages. No, let's just make it 3, just because we can. And that's all that happens in here. I'm just moving the system messages aside. It's a nice window to have, but it's not vital. Fourth up, I'm going to select the modifications. As always, we have alkylated our sample with iodocetamide, which means that we have carbametamethyl on the cysteines. We also have, I will just show here, what we've included, oxidized methionine. Now, we're going to crosslink this particular sample with a crosslinker known as BS3. This is a very popular and commonly used crosslinker, but it does create dead-end crosslinks, such as BS3 reacting with the peptide and water, or with free amines, primary amines, that is. So we add them as variable modifications, included over here, and over here in this column we can define whether we want it as a fixed modification or a variable modification. Next up, we're going to select the crosslinking. We're crosslinking with a BS3, which is here on the list. We have a list of loads of rows of crosslinkers, so plenty to select from. And if you have a crosslinker that's not on the list, it's easy to add one yourself. It's easy to define crosslinks in MassAI. I'll show that in a later video how to do that. But for now, we'll stick with BS3 D0 because it's not the labeled version. We have a labeled version which can be D4, D8, and so forth. Down here, we will select the X-link, the crosslink algorithms. The fast algorithm generates good results. But if you have data sets that are subpar, then you might want to play with slow and deep. We're not going to do it for now. And that's all that happens in here. And now we're ready to conduct the search. We'll draw this up here so we can see what's happening, and I'll just press search.